Every single cell in your body runs on a molecule called ATP, your cellular currency for life itself. But here's the shocking truth. Your muscles can only store enough ATP for about 10 seconds of maximum effort. So how do elite athletes maintain peak performance for minutes, not seconds? The answer lies in a naturally occurring compound that's been hiding in plain sight for over a century. Welcome to our channel. If you're new here, we're passionate about bringing you evidence-based health insights that can transform your life. Smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell because we're about to reveal scientific discoveries that most people have never heard of. Drop a comment below and tell us what country you're watching from. We love connecting with our global community of health enthusiasts. Today, we're uncovering the remarkable science behind creatine monohydrate, a supplement with over 500 peer-reviewed studies backing its safety and effectiveness. While most people think creatine is just for bodybuilders, cutting-edge research reveals it may be one of the most powerful compounds for brain health, disease prevention, and longevity. These 11 benefits happen inside your body when you take just 5 grams daily, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why this simple molecule might be the missing piece in your health optimization puzzle. Just a quick reminder. The information in this video is for educational purposes only and not a substitute for professional medical advice. Every detail shared here is verified by professional researchers, with all references provided in the description.
All right, let's jump straight into the benefits of creatine, starting with number 1, enhanced muscle power and strength. Picture this. Every single muscle contraction in your body depends on a molecule called ATP, which serves as your cellular currency for energy. But here's the catch. Your muscles can only store enough ATP for about 10 seconds of maximum effort. What happens next is where creatine becomes your secret weapon. When you supplement with creatine, you're essentially supercharging your body's phosphocreatine system, which acts like a rapid reload mechanism for ATP production. Scientific research has consistently demonstrated that creatine supplementation increases phosphocreatine stores in skeletal muscle by up to 20%, allowing for significantly enhanced power output during high-intensity activities. This translates to real-world improvements in weightlifting capacity, sprint performance, and explosive movements. The mechanism is elegantly simple yet profoundly effective. More phosphocreatine means more ATP regeneration, which equals sustained power when you need it most. Studies have shown strength improvements ranging from 5 to 15% within just weeks of consistent supplementation, making this one of the most reliable performance enhancers available to athletes and fitness enthusiasts alike.
Next, benefit 2, accelerated muscle growth. But wait, there's something even more fascinating happening at the cellular level that goes beyond immediate power gains. Creatine doesn't just help you lift heavier, it fundamentally alters the muscle-building machinery inside your cells. Research has revealed that creatine supplementation triggers multiple anabolic pathways simultaneously, creating an optimal environment for muscle protein synthesis. One of the most significant mechanisms involves the upregulation of insulin-like growth factor 1, a powerful hormone that signals muscle cells to grow and repair. Additionally, creatine enhances the activity of satellite cells, the stem cells responsible for muscle regeneration and growth. Perhaps most intriguingly, studies have shown that creatine can actually reduce levels of myostatin, a protein that naturally limits muscle growth as a protective mechanism. By dampening this growth-inhibiting signal, creatine essentially removes one of your body's built-in brakes on muscle development. Clinical trials have documented lean muscle mass increases of 2 to 4 pounds more than placebo groups over 6-week training periods, with some individuals experiencing even greater gains when combined with resistance training protocols.
Next, benefit 3, improved high-intensity exercise performance. Now, let's talk about what happens when you push your body to its absolute limits during exercise. The moment you engage in high-intensity activity, whether it's sprinting, weightlifting, or explosive sports movements, your muscles begin depleting ATP at an astronomical rate. Without adequate ATP regeneration, performance rapidly declines, forcing you to either reduce intensity or stop altogether. This is where creatine's performance-enhancing effects become truly remarkable. Scientific investigations have demonstrated improvements across virtually every measure of high-intensity performance. Maximal power output increases by 5 to 15%, sprint times improve by 1 to 5%, and the ability to maintain peak performance across multiple sets or intervals is dramatically enhanced. What makes this particularly valuable is that these benefits aren't limited to elite athletes. Research has consistently shown that recreational exercisers experience similar relative improvements, regardless of their starting fitness level. The enhanced performance isn't just about feeling stronger during individual workouts. It creates a compounding effect where your ability to train at higher intensities leads to greater adaptations over time, accelerating your overall fitness progress in ways that extend far beyond what you might achieve through training alone.
Next, benefit 4, enhanced brain function and memory. Here's where things get really interesting, and most people have no idea this is even possible. Your brain, despite representing only about 2% of your body weight, consumes approximately 20% of your total energy expenditure daily. During cognitively demanding tasks, certain brain regions can increase their energy consumption by up to 50%. Just like your muscles, your brain relies heavily on ATP for optimal function, and emerging research suggests that creatine supplementation can significantly enhance cognitive performance by supporting brain energy metabolism. Studies investigating creatine's effects on mental function have yielded remarkable results, particularly in populations with naturally lower creatine levels. Vegetarians, who typically have reduced creatine stores due to limited dietary intake, have shown 20 to 50% improvements in memory and intelligence test scores following supplementation. Even more compelling, research in older adults has demonstrated that just 2 weeks of creatine supplementation can significantly improve memory recall and cognitive processing speed. The mechanism appears to involve increased phosphocreatine availability in brain tissue, enhanced mitochondrial function, and potentially improved dopamine signaling. These cognitive benefits suggest that creatine's impact extends far beyond physical performance, potentially supporting mental clarity, learning capacity, and overall brain health throughout the aging process.
Next, benefit 5, better blood sugar control. Something unexpected emerged from recent creatine research that has profound implications for metabolic health. Scientists discovered that creatine supplementation can significantly improve blood sugar regulation through a fascinating mechanism involving glucose transport proteins. Specifically, creatine enhances the function of GLUT4 transporters, which are responsible for shuttling glucose from your bloodstream into muscle cells, where it can be used for energy or stored as glycogen. This improved glucose uptake has been demonstrated in controlled studies where participants who combined creatine supplementation with exercise showed superior blood sugar control compared to those who only exercised. The implications are particularly significant given that post-meal blood sugar spikes are a key risk factor for developing type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome. Research has shown that the faster your body can clear glucose from the bloodstream following a meal, the better your long-term metabolic health outcomes. While more long-term studies are needed to fully understand creatine's role in diabetes prevention, the current evidence suggests that its metabolic benefits extend well beyond muscle tissue, potentially supporting overall glucose homeostasis and insulin sensitivity in ways that could benefit millions of people struggling with blood sugar management.
Next, benefit 6 is neuroprotective effects against neurological diseases.
Perhaps one of the most groundbreaking areas of creatine research involves its potential to protect against neurodegenerative diseases. The brain's high energy demands make it particularly vulnerable when cellular energy production becomes compromised, which is exactly what happens in conditions like Parkinson's disease, Huntington's disease, and Alzheimer's disease. Research has shown that many neurological disorders are characterized by reduced phosphocreatine levels in brain tissue, leading to cellular energy deficits that contribute to neuronal damage and death. Animal studies have yielded remarkable results. In mouse models of Huntington's disease, creatine supplementation restored brain phosphocreatine stores to 72% of pre-disease levels, compared to only 26% in untreated animals. This restoration was associated with a 25% reduction in brain cell death and significant preservation of motor function. Similar protective effects have been observed in animal models of Parkinson's disease, where creatine prevented 90% of the typical dopamine loss that characterizes this condition. While human studies are still in early stages, preliminary research in people with Parkinson's disease has shown that combining creatine supplementation with resistance training can improve strength and daily function beyond what exercise alone achieves. These findings suggest that creatine might serve as a valuable neuroprotective agent when used alongside conventional treatments for neurological conditions. Next, Benefit 7: faster recovery and reduced fatigue. One of the most immediately noticeable effects of creatine supplementation is its impact on recovery between exercise sessions and overall fatigue levels throughout the day. The science behind this involves creatine's role in maintaining cellular energy homeostasis and reducing exercise-induced muscle damage. During intense exercise, muscle fibers experience microscopic damage and inflammation as part of the normal adaptation process. However, this damage can lead to prolonged soreness, reduced performance in subsequent workouts, and extended recovery periods. Creatine supplementation has been shown to significantly reduce markers of muscle damage following intense exercise, including creatine kinase levels and inflammatory cytokines. This translates to faster restoration of muscle function and reduced perceived exertion during training. Perhaps even more intriguingly, research has demonstrated that creatine can improve energy levels and reduce fatigue even in non-exercise contexts. Studies examining sleep deprivation have shown that creatine supplementation can help maintain cognitive performance and reduce fatigue when sleep is restricted. Additionally, research in individuals recovering from traumatic brain injury found that those taking creatine experienced a 50% reduction in dizziness and significantly less fatigue compared to control groups, with only 10% of supplemented individuals experiencing fatigue versus 80% in the non-supplemented group.
Next, Benefit 8: increased cell hydration and volume. There's a fascinating cellular mechanism that occurs within hours of beginning creatine supplementation that has far-reaching implications for muscle function and growth. Creatine naturally draws water into muscle cells through a process called cell volumization, increasing intracellular hydration and creating what researchers call a more anabolic environment. This isn't simply about muscles looking bigger due to water retention, it's about creating optimal conditions for protein synthesis and cellular repair processes. When muscle cells are properly hydrated and volumized, they signal increased rates of protein synthesis, while simultaneously reducing protein breakdown. This shift in the protein balance equation is one of the key mechanisms through which creatine supports long-term muscle growth and maintenance. The increased cell volume also enhances the delivery of nutrients and removal of metabolic waste products, creating a more efficient cellular environment for adaptation and recovery. Research has shown that this cell volumization effect occurs rapidly, often within the first few days of supplementation, and contributes to both immediate improvements in muscle fullness and long-term adaptations in muscle size and strength. Interestingly, this enhanced cellular hydration may also contribute to improved muscle function and reduced injury risk, as properly hydrated muscle fibers are more resilient to damage and better able to generate force efficiently.
Next, benefit 9, improved age-related health outcomes. As we age, our bodies face a perfect storm of declining muscle mass, reduced bone density, and decreased cognitive function, but creatine supplementation may offer a powerful defense against these inevitable changes. Research specifically examining creatine's effects in older adults has revealed remarkable potential for supporting healthy aging across multiple systems. Studies have demonstrated that older individuals supplementing with creatine experience significantly greater improvements in muscle strength and power when combined with resistance training compared to exercise alone. Perhaps more importantly, this enhanced muscle function translates to improved performance in activities of daily living, potentially helping older adults maintain independence longer. The cognitive benefits appear particularly pronounced in aging populations, with research showing improvements in memory, processing speed, and overall mental clarity following creatine supplementation. Additionally, emerging evidence suggests that creatine may support bone health through its interactions with bone-forming cells and its ability to enhance the effectiveness of resistance training for bone mineral density. The neuroprotective effects we discussed earlier become especially relevant as we age, given that the risk of neurodegenerative diseases increases substantially with advancing years. By supporting both physical and cognitive function, creatine supplementation may represent a simple yet effective strategy for promoting healthy aging and extending both lifespan and health span.
Benefit 10. Enhanced recovery from brain injury. One of the most compelling areas of creatine research involves its potential therapeutic applications for brain injury recovery. The brain's enormous energy demands make it particularly vulnerable following traumatic injury, when normal cellular energy production may be compromised. Research has shown that creatine supplementation can significantly improve recovery outcomes following brain trauma through multiple mechanisms. In controlled studies, individuals recovering from traumatic brain injury who supplemented with creatine experienced dramatic improvements in several key symptoms. Most notably, dizziness, one of the most persistent and debilitating symptoms following brain injury, was reduced by 50% in those taking creatine compared to control groups. Perhaps even more striking, fatigue levels were dramatically different between groups, with 80% of control participants experiencing significant fatigue compared to only 10% of those supplementing with creatine. These improvements appeared to result from creatine's ability to support cellular energy metabolism in damaged brain tissue, potentially accelerating the healing process and reducing the severity of post-injury symptoms. While this research is still evolving, the current evidence suggests that creatine supplementation might serve as a valuable adjunct therapy for individuals recovering from various forms of brain trauma, offering hope for improved outcomes and quality of life during the recovery process. Next, benefit 11, superior training adaptation. The final benefit we'll explore represents the culmination of all the previous effects working synergistically to create something greater than the sum of its parts. When you can train harder, recover faster, maintain better focus, and support optimal cellular conditions for adaptation, the result is dramatically enhanced training adaptations over time. Research has consistently demonstrated that individuals supplementing with creatine experience superior improvements in strength, power, and muscle mass compared to those following identical training programs without supplementation. This isn't just about short-term performance gains, it's about fundamentally altering your body's capacity to adapt to training stress. Studies have shown that creatine supplementation allows for greater training volumes, meaning you can perform more sets, more reps, and maintain higher intensities throughout your workouts. This increased training capacity creates a positive feedback loop where enhanced performance enables greater training stress, which drives superior adaptations, which further improves performance capacity.
The effect becomes particularly pronounced over longer time periods, with some studies showing that the difference in adaptations between creatine and placebo groups actually increases over time rather than plateaus. This suggests that creatine's benefits compound over months and years of consistent use, making it one of the most valuable long-term investments you can make in your physical development and health.
Next, how to take creatine daily. Now that you understand the remarkable benefits, let's discuss the optimal way to incorporate creatine into your daily routine. The research consistently supports a simple approach: 5 grams of creatine monohydrate daily, taken at any time that's convenient for you. Contrary to popular belief, timing doesn't significantly impact creatine's effectiveness since it works by gradually saturating your muscle stores over time, rather than providing acute effects. Some people prefer taking it post-workout with a meal to potentially enhance uptake, while others find it more convenient to take with their morning routine. The key is consistency rather than timing. You may have heard about loading phases involving higher doses for the first week, but research shows that taking 5 grams daily will achieve the same muscle saturation levels within 3 to 4 weeks without any potential digestive discomfort that some people experience with higher doses. Creatine monohydrate remains the gold standard, being the most researched form with proven effectiveness. It mixes well with water, juice, or can be added to smoothies. The most important factor is daily consistency. Missing occasional days won't significantly impact your results, but regular daily intake ensures optimal muscle creatine saturation and maximizes all the benefits we've discussed. The science is clear. Creatine monohydrate represents one of the most thoroughly researched and consistently effective supplements available today. From enhancing your physical performance and muscle growth to supporting brain function and potentially protecting against age-related decline, these 11 benefits demonstrate that creatine's impact extends far beyond what most people imagine. The beauty of creatine lies in its simplicity. Just 5 grams daily of this naturally occurring compound can unlock remarkable improvements in multiple aspects of your health and performance. What makes this even more compelling is creatine's exceptional safety profile, with over 200 years of research and clinical trials, lasting up to 5 years, showing no adverse effects in healthy individuals. If this video was helpful, kindly type yes in the comment. That motivates us to produce more content like this. If you found value in learning about these science-backed benefits, please hit that like button to help others discover this information. Don't forget to share this video with anyone who might benefit from understanding what creatine can do for their health and performance. And if you want to stay updated with more evidence-based content about nutrition, supplements, and health optimization, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Thank you for watching, and remember, small daily choices like adding creatine to your routine can lead to profound long-term improvements in your health and quality of life.